today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here we go with a new era in Week 1. To nobody's surprise, the starting quarterback for Cincinnati in this 2020 opener is the #1 overall pick out of LSU. That, of course, Joe Burrow.
Zero shock here. In fact, it would have been a surprise if anyone other than Joe Burrow tried it out here to be the starting quarterback for Cincinnati. From the time they called his name at the NFL draft, he was their starting quarterback, replacing Andy Dalton after a long run here in Cincy. Joe Burrow, the face of the franchise. Their future is now.
Now Burrow on first down. He gets this one to Boyd. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Burrow's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Mixon again, the ball.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield now, Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Joe Mixon.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
On 3rd down, Bernard. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here we go, week 1 for the LA Chargers. It's not, as we thought in the offseason, Tyrod Taylor under center. It will be instead the 6th overall pick from April, Justin Herbert.
And partner, this one was a surprise to me because I thought Justin Herbert would sit around for a little while because of Tyrod Taylor's connection with the head coach, Anthony Lynn. They had been together in Buffalo. I figured he would get the ball. But this rookie had a big preseason, and they're banking on his potential, getting even better with actual play.
Preston Smith there on the stop.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Chargers.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Austin Eckler, the ball.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
At the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I enjoy watching Keenan Allen play. Such passion, such drive, such physicality. 104 receptions last year. 1,199 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's made 3 straight Pro Bowl appearances, in addition to 3 straight seasons, over 1,100 yards receiving. I don't know how you rate him, but defensive players, they rate him awfully high.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have got yard down to the 16.
Carlos Dunlap.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Michael Badgley lining up for the...
Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charger, on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete here.
Burrow's pass intended for John Ross. Incomplete. Chris Harris on the coverage.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Bengals 3.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
First down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Los Angeles.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Number 30.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Taken down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And this one complete to Virgil Green. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team. And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class. So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
Intended coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Bengals 3.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 23-yard line.
And here again comes the rookie Joe Burrow and the rest of the Bengals offense. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and it'll bring up third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a game.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
2nd and inches. At their
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And caught by Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
When Hunter Henry entered the league, people were really looking for him to establish himself as one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Ability to run
and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 21 yards away. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the 2nd half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. at their own 28-yard line.
We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then two more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Burrow. That's caught by his tight end Uzama. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense, and he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Randy Bullock.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
First down Charger.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Herbert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown.
Henry, touchdown.
Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers.
Burrow's pass complete.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
James on the cover.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Alert for anything out there. Watching for trouble on the road. And making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. And this is incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
When I watched Mike Williams play receiver at Clemson, one of the things I was drawn to is toughness. This is a guy who took some big-time hits out in the field as the #1 receiver and kept finding ways to make plays. And finally it's paid off for him because in 2019 had his first 1,000-yard season in the NFL and averaged over 20 yards per catch.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
He's not going to get me. 55 mark, 55. Stop your watch.
It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Trying to pick up the first with Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes. Things off with a touchdown run.
Michael Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. On the return, Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From midfield now, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 1st down, Kellen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Los Angeles.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Kellen. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Herbert. And Jennings has it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
4-yard line.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kelly. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Kelly, they try to punch it in. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Joshua Kelly with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And this offense is running away with this one. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Here's back. Now to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Mike Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10
at this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for
the Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The football going back to the Rams now. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity was something he was looking for in this league. and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ballgame. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
It's a gain of 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Kellen. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
First down. Here's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and that'll bring up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee.
on the keeper.
And they take a knee.
Herbert on the keeper.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So, for the Chargers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland